Hey dudes, it's your dude. So the past week or so, I've been toying around. Excuse me, I always eat peanuts right before I shoot a video, and then all the peanut shrapnel gets lodged in my esophagus. My voice comes out even more muddled than it usually does. Sorry about that, lesson learned. So we were getting on towards the end of the month, and I was focusing more on cherry picking higher end stuff and then flipping it that way, being conservative with my money. And then the end of the month came around, paying rent was not a challenge, and I had significantly more money than I thought I would. I was in panic mode for basically like the entire time after I lost my part-time job, and a few days ago when I paid rent. I was in like high alert lockdown. The world is going to end. The sky is falling. You have to make money. You have to make really good, prudent decisions all the time. You can't take any unnecessary risk at all, which is where my kind of high sell-through philosophy of reselling came from. And I'm glad that I went through it, and I'm not going to count my chickens and say that I'm totally out of the woods yet, because I don't know. I'm not the best guy with money. Not like I make reckless expenditures or whatever, but I just don't have a mind for it. But it appears to be stable. The point of all of this is I went out thrifting today and something switched over in my head, and I was thinking like, yeah, it's fun to go out and get like a suit that you can sell for 150 bucks and you spend 10 bucks on it. That's fun. I still want to do that. And I'm willing to like go to multiple thrift stores and just buy like one or two pieces of each thrift store. That's fine. That's a good way to make money. It makes sense. The high ASP thrifting model. You know what is more fun than that? Coming home with a big, fat, nasty pile of shirts. This is fun. This is very gratifying to me. You know, when I first started thrifting, I would come out of Salvation Armies with these big fat, like this, like a big fat garbage bag full of clothes. And I had this uneasy feeling, you know, because I knew that I didn't really know what I was doing yet. But now I know that that's like 40 pounds of money. So it's a good feeling. So this is basically like a banquet of bread and butter right here. There's one piece that I can remember that's like a wow higher dollar piece. The rest of this is just shirts. So let me show you what I got. I went to 3 Goodwills today because they're running a sale, which they never do. They never run sales, but they were running a big sale. And if you spend 20 bucks or more, they give you a voucher that's redeemable in a 2-week period that starts tomorrow, where any item that you redeem the voucher for costs $1. And I asked one of the cashiers, like, so if I find something that's priced up at like 100 bucks, I can use this? And he was like, yeah, as long as it's not furniture, you're good. So I went and I just collected as many of those as I could today. And I would have kept thrifting, but I just ran out of steam and my feet hurt a lot. Okay, this is the last thrift store that I went to today. So I guess we're going in reverse chronological order. I lied, it's not all shirts. This is a herringbone blazer. That's what this pattern is called. It looks like fish bones a little bit. That's the brand. If you watch Thrift Fever, you know about this this brand. This is a 4XL tall, and I did run the numbers on these, and it's like 2XL through, so I'm happy with that. Got it for $5, so this is part of the sale that they were running. Coats, jacket, sweaters, jeans, etc. were all like $5, which is about as cheap as you can get. I broke my own rules a little bit today. I just wanted to get a bunch of inventory, so I shopped with my eye a little bit. I didn't run the numbers on this, but this is like a higher end menswear company. If you sell suits at all, you know about them. I've never seen a shirt like this from them. The keyword here, keywords are abstract and geometric. That's what people are going to search for. Or maybe disco shirt, but it's not truly a disco shirt. I'm not going to go for big money with this, probably price it at 20. One of my favorites. This I would also say is abstract. This pattern, I think that's the proper keyword. Maybe Southwestern, but it's not quite there yet. These flip very quick, can't hang on to them. Of course, if you find Salt Valley Pearl Snap shirts, these are the Pearl Snap buttons. If you find a Salt Valley Pearl Snap shirt and you're willing to spend $7 on it and flip it for 20 to 25, always get them because they all sell. Floral, that's a keyword for when something is covered in flowers. This was a complete no-brainer. It even has an ink stain on the front, but I'm still going to flip it for probably 20 to 25. And this I got for 5. It's right there. That's the stain right there. But it kind of, I don't know, it's camouflaged by the pattern of the shirt. Second time I've found this brand in the past week. The sell-through is not awesome on this brand for t-shirts. However, the shirts are mostly overpriced. They're priced at like 80 bucks. So I figure if I put this out for 25, it should flip pretty quick. It has a pinhole in it at the bottom. But this is, I mean, this is pretty eye-catching. Again, kind of break my own rules a little bit, but I just want to put, I wanted to move some of my money into inventory. And I've been, it's weird. I develop death piles when I don't like buy in bulk like this. If it's just piecemeal, one off, I don't feel the sense of urgency to get it listed. So like I'm looking at a death pile right now that's all higher dollar stuff that I haven't listed. This was really cool. I might actually keep this. I typically am annoyed by genre stuff like this, fan service stuff, Star Wars, nerd, whatever. But this, I don't know, this one got me. This one hit me right in the 12-year-old part of my brain. This is from Uniqlo. It's a Uniqlo collaboration with that guy. And his shirts, his Star Wars shirts, if you search his name and Star Wars, focus, Jesus. If you search his name in Star Wars, it's more than 100%. No, it is 100% sell-through. It's like 16 completes and 16 sold. So it's a really safe investment anyway. The reason I like this is because it's Ewoks painted in the style of the, there was an artist that did, he animated the original Hobbit cartoon movie from the 70s. That's awesome. That I love. And it's this really distinct style that's like this. And I think he also did Flight of Dragons, which is a lesser known movie that I really like. I can't believe it. I might actually end up wearing a Star Wars t-shirt. This is from an artist named Keith Haring, who is really popular with people in their 20s. This has been a lucrative, I'm allergic to art, sorry. I've gotten a few of these collaborations between Uniqlo and various famous artists, SPRZ NY, I don't know what that stands for. But they have all sold. I had a couple that I had lotted together that sat for a long time, and then I split them up and listed them individually, and they sold. I have said this before, but I don't like lotting stuff up because it just makes it sit longer for the most part, unless you really need to save the money on shipping. I would rather just move it faster. That's just my experience. I could be wrong. But the Keith Haring ones especially are in high demand because he's so popular. I sold one of those before. And I got a book because I'm very smart. Okay, that was the last one. All right, let's just not say this till the end. This is the find of the day. So it's a polo shirt, men's polo shirt. I was not planning on going thrifting, and then I watched the most recent haul video from Thrift Fever. If you're the one person that watches this channel that doesn't know that I'm a fanboy for Rick from Thrift Fever, go watch his channel. But he just illustrated this tag, the Loro Piana in-house tag. This is a company that makes wool fabric in Italy, and I didn't even know that they had a house brand. And this isn't wool, this is cotton. And he said he found a pair of corduroy pants from Loro Piana that was also cotton, and he said they sell for like a crazy amount of money. So that it was just like a weird, fun coincidence. It has a little bit of discoloration on it, so I'm gonna wash it. And I didn't run the numbers, but this is like the big ticket item of the day. This is a SpaceX shirt. SpaceX. I've sold SpaceX polo shirts before, and they sell really well. I couldn't find exact comps on this one. This is from the V2, the ominously named V2 rocket. I think this is the one that freaked me out while I was driving because I thought it was a UFO, and everybody in the world thought it was a UFO, and people drove off of cliffs and shit. But there's one comp that's up for like 50 bucks. No solds. I'll probably just put this up for a normal, reasonable price, like 25, and someone will buy it because SpaceX has a huge fan base. All praises be to our God King, Elon Musk, and all of his grace and mercy. Okay, so another bread and butter. This is another one that I just kind of bought. I didn't run the numbers on this, but it's a Lucky Brand Pearl Snap. Pearl Snap, where are they? Nope, I had it right the first time. Pearl Snap buttons, short sleeve shirt. I think it's cotton, but it has kind of a linen feel to it. I don't know, I've had really a strong showing with Lucky Brand Pearl Snap shirts, so I just pulled the trigger on it. This is a brand I do not buy all the time. This is a very large brand that you kind of have to know the terrain with. But this is a plaid flannel. There's going to be a lot of plaid flannel in the rest of this haul. Those are good keywords to know, powerful, powerful keywords that will earn you money if you use them for the power of good. Plaid flannel is very in season. I call this lumberjack plaid. I think it has a more precise name. But plaid flannel Madewell women's tops. This is a women's top. Are in high demand. Yeah, so here's the voucher. Here's the voucher. You just have to give them all of your, blood type and whatever. That's a crazy good deal. I think if I use those wisely, I got 3 of them. That probably means this whole haul is virtually free if I pull the trigger on like really nice stuff. Another big brand. It verges on fast fashion. Maybe it technically is fast fashion. I only buy specific things from Bonobos. This is a merino wool V-neck sweater, men's sweater, in really, really good shape. I think it's slim fit as well, yep. And those have very high sell-through, and it was $5. I've talked about these before. This is a women's Equinox Gym shirt. This is, if you're gonna buy Equinox shirts, I tend to buy Equinox shirts in general, but this is the best one to get. It sells the best and it sells the fastest because this is the iconic shirt. This is, if you don't know what Equinox is, it's a gym that I think started in New York City that's very bougie. It's a status thing to go to Equinox. It's not, I don't know, I've never been inside of one. I assume it's like some Eidwise shut thing inside, but people want to advertise that they belong to the Illuminati of hot people, so that's what this shirt means. That's why it's valuable, and these have crazy high sell-through, so pick them up. This is going to seem like a slam dunk item, but it is not. True Religion, I know, gets talked up as like this big money brand. Every single time I run the numbers on a True Religion piece, I'm disappointed. I've sold it before, not for a crazy amount of money, but this is a women's jean jacket. Got it for $5 in the sale, and I will probably list this at like 40 bucks and take a best offer. I don't know, maybe I'm dumb, maybe I'm missing something, but True Religion, I think, is a little bit overhyped. Not to the point of Tommy Bahama or something like that, but I am not impressed. Of course, it's polo shirt, size XL. Pink is fine. Pink still sells. And another. This will probably sell faster than the pink one because it is not pink. Pink is still fine. That was $2. The pink one was $5 or $6. Another Bonobos. This, again, plaid flannel. If you don't know how to distinguish flannel fabric from other fabric, it's cotton fabric that has a twill weave. You see how there's lines, the little crisscrossy lines that look like the herringbone that I showed you earlier? So it's a cotton twill that's soft to the touch and thicker than like a standard shirt fabric. That's flannel. So plaid flannel Bonobos shirts have 100% sell-through. They're really strong, and I got a few of these. There's more coming. This is a brand that should be familiar to my viewers by now, Marine Layer. They do this annoying thing. I think I just figured this out today, that that's the size. Can't be a large, has to be a marge. How precious. So it's a Marine Layer size marge, men's plaid flannel shirt. Again, this is plaid flannel. Get some ASMR action here. It's soft, it's cotton, it has a twill. It's flannel. Wow. This was a great find. I've sold one of these before. It's like a streetwear thing. It is a streetwear thing. I thought it was going to be a one-time find. I don't know what this is all about. Probably really cool. Probably really super cool and good. I just don't recognize it. I got 2 shirts from this brand. It is a streetwear thing, and they sell for around 40 bucks. That's what I got for my last one. The last one I got was very similar to this in design. This one has a few flaws with it, but same brand. A lot of this stuff, like this that I find, the streetwear stuff, I've never seen outside of LA. So if you happen to see it where you are, then definitely buy it. This is a little bit nicer than the norm. This is, I believe, men's Italian cashmere. Has no holes in it. Whenever you find cashmere stuff, even if it's from a cheap brand, you have to be really, really meticulous about checking it, because people, basically the nicer the piece of clothing you find, the more circumspect you need to be when you're screening it. Because if someone paid a lot of money, typically they're not just going to throw it away unless there's something wrong with it. Unless they're wasteful, which is the foundation of all of our ability to feed ourselves, is the waste of others. So that happened to be the case of here. The case of here. I might keep this because it's my size. I am an extra small guy. New brand for me. Numbers look promising. This was a margin call in terms of the numbers, but it's again a plaid flannel. And they tend to sell for a little bit more, maybe around 30 bucks. Or so eBay tells me. Here's another one of the Bonobos plaid flannels. And this is houndstooth. Check it out. I would call that houndstooth window pane. I think that's correct. This is nuts. This was actually really cool. So I got these for 10 bucks. These are Cole Haan Lunar Grands. Lunar Grand shoes. They're the ones with like the ribbed soles. And they're in good shape. And if you look, they have camo print on them, very subtly. These are black wingtips that have this really understated camo coloration on them. And these sell well. And I thought this was an aftermarket thing. I thought someone did a custom job on these, but this is actually made by Cole Haan apparently. And I've sold one other pair of Lunar Grands, and they sold really quick. So this was a great find. I'm just gonna sell them without laces as they are. Who cares? Last bag. Bonobos. Oh, battery running low. Okay, another plaid flannel. And another plaid flannel. I guess I got 4 of them. Red one. Salt Valley. Not a pearl snap. I usually don't get the non-pearl snaps, but it's a plaid flannel in whatever the lumberjack color is called. And last item, just looked this up on a whim because it caught my eye. These have super high sell-through and they sell for 30, 40 bucks. Pretty cool, pretty tight, pretty chill, pretty awesome, pretty dope. Thanks for watching.